Chandler, the joke is alligator.
Already in Swamp Cat.
I see the screen in my brother's room changing colors. Something tells me he's playing BGC right now.
Floridian Swamp Cat. So, Killer, when you hit the jump pad with the enforcer, that box of bolts on the right, the box on
Yeah.
now,
These?
Why not just throw a bomb there?
Technically, because you wouldn't be able to claim the bomb as well. Like it'd be a waste of ammo.
We also have an ammo route that basically fully replenishes us right at the boss in Kabalia.
Fair enough.
There's like 5 different things you have to account for with the route in this. I still stand by the opinion that if the route lasted the whole game, it would be the hardest route to maintain in the series.
Yeah, more or less because any like new game category is just tight hole.
This is some of the tightest.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want my honest opinion, any percent is even tighter.
Yes,
Yeah,
because
you ass.
Yep.
Because the ship section, you can count on
What'd you
about
call me?
10,500 volts.
But because of ours, you don't get it.
Yeah, you need to have 25,000 volts leaving fast food in any percent. You know, Anne's up there about it. You do not have the shock raptors to break out the box.
Yep.
Hell, it's actually it's very likely you run out of shock raptors.
So what's the reason you buy the Shard Reaper? Is it just
Damage.
It one-shots all the non-clapper arena enemies.
I was thinking, is it because the clap is just immune to the electric ravager?
That too.
Yeah, that too.
I guess I've never really thought about how tight like those types of things are.
It's a very specific, which is awkward half the time.
That's probably gonna be another hard thing I get used to is knowing what bolts.
It's not that hard to know what bolts you need. It's knowing when to stop getting bolts
Yeah.
and when to get more.
But if we tell you like our bulk quotas that we have, then it should probably make sense.
25,000 bypass spoon.
To be comfortable, 25-2.
25,200 by the end of fast spoon.
So you can live with 24/5. It's just you have to make a bolt somewhere.
Yeah, for AGB, yeah, you can get away with like 25. If you have below that, you lose so much time.
Yep. But that being said, if you're like in a marathon setting, you have to make that work somehow. So you need to know where to get those anyway. So I would recommend if you're not focusing strong on the bolt route to start off, learn where the bolts are and where you get the most. AKA why safety barrier exists. That barrier has saved me so many runs.
Why else?
Out of the cum.
Why
Got
else
the
do you,
sink in the cum.
why else do you think though that I say, if nobody's got me, I know safety barriers got me. Can I get an amen?
Oh, forgot the sink in the cum.
You don't sink. You don't go down in a barrel in AGB.
No,
I
right there,
fell
he fell
past
off the... He fell past the gelatonium. There,
Yep.
that's why I said
Yeah.
he forgot the sink in the cum.
One of my bricks went out of bounds, and then when I went to go hyperstrike to land back on it, I landed on the edge of the brick, and it just pushed me down because it was like...
It fell down.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No, I think it was more so just because the gate kept me from the edge that I could have actually stood on.
Well, I'm turning on the green goo.
No, we're going back on the alert. Yo, no worries. I'm gonna try to get something going again.
Yo, it's Champion Leon.
Restored to 100% efficiency. Emperor Tachyon.
Yeah, a little bit rough there. We actually had a really good start that we kind of tossed, but eh.
I think a majority of my time loss on Cobalia Torp is just due to like the beginning of Cobalia. I think you solely have me pre-factory. Because I think my factory movement's still pretty good.
I think my factory movement's faster.
Really?
Yes.
Are you not bouncing to the rail?
What do you mean bouncing to the rail?
Like after you take the gel warp?
I still go up there.
Yeah. More so asking like,
So basically what I do in a lot of mine is as I'm about to use the gel,
Two,
I
three,
fire my last
four,
shot of gel into it
five.
as I go.
okay, I got him. I wasted ammo though.
Basically, what I do in the factory is the gel that I'm about to jump off of, I will start jumping at it one before it's at the height. And then I'll fire the third one as I jump on it and then jump off of it.
It's a bad Cortog.
Alright, back to Kerwin Hell, huh?
I hope not. Oh no.
Alright. Oh yeah, that's what I see right there next to the Enforcer, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's still too far away. It makes sense, but it's too far away.
The other issue is your bomb auto locks onto an enemy.
Yeah.
We can get going against him with one of these. Alright, 118. God, your Tina Battle Team is so good. That's when you need to practice is that movement.
Origin or non-origin?
Origin.
Okay.
I'm gonna be real, otherwise the Diamond and Pearl Legendary thing is kinda bad.
I still like it, but it doesn't fit the actual legendaries.
It just doesn't change.
Also, you listen to the BDSP remake, or you listen to actual?
But technically the one that I grabbed says Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, but they literally just ripped the OST straight from Diamond and Pearl, or Platinum. I think the only one that comes close to the original is the Legends Arceus remix.
Oh yeah.
What on BTF runs with everyone? It depends on how long I'm up, because now that I'm feeling the fire, I genuinely might just go until I get really tired. It do be a hyperfixation moment.
And I'll burn out by the time I get into it.
Ratchet, the entrance to this raritanium mine is too slow.
Like,
Perhaps I should...
as bad as it sounds that I'm not giving a definite answer, it's more because I do not have a definite time frame for how long I'm streaming.
He's streaming for yes. That is how long he will be streaming.
I love this march.
Which, I guess in a way, is like, it's good that I'm feeling that with streaming again.
Because that's definitely what this is.
Hold your breath, Clank. Looks like we were going to dig.
But yeah, to describe what I do in the factory, the gel that I'm about to jump off of, I throw the next one on as I'm jumping on it.
Yes, I do the same thing. I jump on it literally as I'm setting the second one.
Because, like, I don't know how to describe it. I just do the factory very efficiently.
So do I.
I think we
Just-
do it equal there. Yeah, I guess I think we do it equal there. I think I might be underestimating how fast you go with it.
I think I literally just have a slow pre-Leviathan.
What times do you usually get on your boss entry?
Like 30, 35?
Oh yeah, that's very slow. I get like 26s and 27s.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I've gotten a 125 like exactly once.
And that was gold, right?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was. I think that was like 347 at 90%. Unfortunately, I wish I highlighted that, but I unfortunately didn't. Because a really fast Cavalier is a mix of a good spawn, really good pre-boss movement, decent enough boss, and really good factory movement.
Hang on, Clank. We'll lose him in the asteroid belt.
You have to get like a really good Leviathan RNG, I feel, as well.
Namely, I make sure, like, for me, it's a bad Cavalier if I don't kill the boss before 150.
See, I still get that sometimes. Also, I just don't care enough about that time gate. Granted, I look at it,
For me,
but
it's a bad
like,
Cavalier if I don't get it.
I just tend not to look at it because then I will put myself in a bad headspace.
Alright, no worries, Cameron. Good luck in your new job there.
Bum, bum, ba-dum,
You
bum.
actually did a few notes that went along with Bob and Phil's
Bum, 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 bum. Ba-da-dum, bum, 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 bum. No, there's a very there's a overworld song in no, it's not overworld. There's a cutscene song that's like very high and mighty, like we are blah, and it's a very high and mighty march, and I love it. Because like it's all peaceful and everything.
Oh no. Yeah, definitely good luck then. Fast food do be a little bit rough.
Who?
Chandler.
I said-
Burger King.
Oh no.
You've heard of Phil's horror stories from his time at Wendy's.
Good luck. I could never do it again.
Funny enough, Wendy's is actually how Phil doxed himself at one point. I'm leaving
Yes.
it exactly as that. Because any more literally would dox him.
Yeah. People be crazy.
Alright. Believe it or not, this one can still sub 12 fast too. Basically, I like to know those little benchmarks to know whether or not I have a good run.
Hey, 12. I had a 12-minute fast tune.
What
Like,
time is
exactly
it?
12. 12.
I think it's a really good benchmark to shoot for a really fast run in this category.
I honestly try not to focus in on it. I mainly focus on how much time do I have left. Okay, that's plenty of time.
I look at best possible time stuff. I like to minimize my time loss.
I would rather know how much time save I have and do the math than be like, oh, I have, I think that's roughly 2 minutes. Instead of actually just knowing like, oh, hey, this is how much time I actually have to save.
I nearly got double that. You know what? I actually wouldn't have even been too deep about that.
This was a moderate RNG. There's nothing I really could have done there.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello? It's me. Don't know the song that I'm referencing.
God, who really would have thought that, like, I finally entered my Switch show.
What? I don't understand.
Ooh, 24-4 is not good.
Reference?
Taylor Swift.
Oh.
That is such a slow ascent. Fast-ish GGS, but at what cost?
Oh. I was gonna say, where were you?
I think I have enough of an experience deficit that I can farm these guys with bolts.
You can tell immediately as you leave Clank, which is nice. I love that it shows the health bar there.
Ratchet, we still need to find Captain Quark.
I don't have enough
We
bolts
should
still.
explore the festival.
Just get them next to the RoboCops.
I'm just gonna kill these guys as I go by. Because with the way they die, they fall in the water and the bolts gravitate to me.
I don't know if I like how you said that.
What, gravitate?
I heard gravinate.
I said gravitate. Alright. You got a lock for it though, right? That's gonna be the best thing ever.
Lock for what?
Short light.
Oh.
Alright.
Biking to fast food. That's rough, especially if you aren't it depends on what kind of area you're in. Because I know some managers will and won't let you have it in the restaurant.
I hope that did not mess up my moves. I did miss it. I'm gonna be real. I'm not gonna take this hard. I'm already undervolted and I've already lost about 30 seconds to my PB. Which, yeah, I know I already said really shit one to try to prepare against. But if I already dropped like 40 seconds on like that first little bit of the run, and I'm gonna be undervolted, I'd rather just not take it. That's like the unspoken thing in this category is the bolt route is you lose time because of the route when it rains.
Yep.
So like being a little undervolted on fast food basically made me have to go out of my way to like basically go slow to pick up bolts. And then missing that on Boron would have also meant that I would have been undervolted going into Mukau, which meant I would have at that point had to go out of my way to get bolts.
That's still good. Just keep pushing.
Like, I know it sounds like the way I talk about how my runs are, it makes it sound like I'm like a miserable person when it comes to running like that because of how much I reset. I think it's just more so I am just kind of aware of how I am as a runner and I try to work around it.
How? I went slow to get the sling, and it didn't let me get the sling.
Alright, I took damage in here, that's fine.
Yeah.
Let me through.
At least that was a quick death. Quick-ish death. Wouldn't call it quick.
That was a very slow entry.
That almost didn't let me long jump. It would have been a high jump.
Tell how much I drill myself on the early game. 130 boss entry I consider to be very slow.
On what?
51 boss entry.
Crush jump?
This is the terrible Cabalia.
Oh, Cabalia.
Like already.
I'm still saving time. That's good.
Genuinely, I think sub 4 Cabalia is already dead. Which, I can play it out.
That's fine.
I need to be a little bit lax with my standards. I just don't like piling time loss on fun in the early game, so as long as I can play Cortog well, then this will balance out. Yo, Scotto. Cheers for the GL, not to be confused with the user in chat, YoGL. Important question. I might have an important answer. Do I charge on the floor and none deck? I do not.
What?
Yeah, I'm already losing 5 seconds, at least.
What do you mean by charging on the floor on Nundak?
Scout is swimming.
Oh. Yeah, no, that's backup. Moscato.
I've returned.
Nice, I just reset.
Just because it can crash, or has the potential to crash, I only resort to it in backup, but I do it.
And me, I'm just lazy.
Hop on that turret.
If I fall down, I will back it up with that method. Because it's not hard, but the potential for crash is just terrible. For me, it's just about limiting how many crashes I can get per run.
We play Tools of Destruction. We basically play Rush to 11 with the system crash.
There's at least 3 spots in the current run already where you can crash. Maybe 4. I haven't seen it crash on Creeley, but I'm aware that it can happen.
I've had a Creeley crash before.
I've never had a Creeley crash.
No, I've had a Creeley crash in a G+.
And I can understand it because of particles.
So yeah, mine is literally just laziness. So like the times that I was like wanting to sit down and implement it were times that I just took a hiatus from the game. And then when I get back, my D-Rust is like, I just trust myself, right?
Like, I'm sure if it was faster, I could probably gold with it. I just don't feel like playing with fire.
Like, yeah, I mean, I know that there's absolutely no excuse to not do it. And I actually recommend it. Like, yeah, it's only this thing. How much faster is it if you don't mind my asking?
Versus straight swimming, I feel like it can't be that fast. It must be like a couple seconds.
I think another reason why I might have talked myself out of it, I think, is right now we're at a state with ADB where we just need to lower the time more, and we don't necessarily need every single time save yet.
Well, I'm gonna head off for a bit. I've got an appointment to go to.
Have fun, don't get lost, don't talk to strangers.
I'll do what I want. I'm an adult. But if I have time, I will
Go.
I'm just gonna demo.
Okay.
I probably should sit down and learn it. I think part of, like, I really have no excuse, but I'm just trying to rationalize, like, why.
Did you not learn how to do it?
I hate it here.
What'd you do?
The boss puts me
What boss?
in. Kabalia.
Through the floor?
No, just in the mud.
Okay. Because that's even more. That's even worse. When, like, you're standing on solid ground and he just rushes towards you and pushes you into the mud through the ground.
There is a remark that I made in Killa's stream earlier where I was like, damn, we really are, I guess, surprised the game works as intended. That's shit like that's why.
Bam, 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 bam. You know, I've not naturally heard this theme.
What?
Peony's theme.
Oh, true. His battle theme or his, like, overall theme?
His overworld theme.
It's really funky.
Yes.
It's a little, like, that note at the start.
Yeah.
Like just, what is it, trill?
Yes. Technically. It's more of a grace. I might have to play it safe here and hit some targets. Oof.
It's something I do need to sit down and drill at some point. Again.
You know it's bad when you're doing an auto-scroller and you look down your health like, I should probably start avoiding hits.
Oh, are you already about to die?
I was.
What level?
Raycar.
Yeah, that one's understandable because, like, you can just sometimes take a lot of damage in the front section.
Well, I was more so talking about the boss.
Yeah, I think if I just sit down and just grind that and get consistent with it, I could probably just see like how much in practice could save.
No! Dumb Ratchet. We're not entering the ship yet. That's bad, because this could have actually been a good Riken. Still was, but I lost those 5 seconds.
This Kabali feels okay so far. I had a sub 130 entry, so it's still alright.
Whoa! I knew it was going to happen at some point.
I think when you get the jackpot credit on Kabali, I think you can just skip the leftmost boxes because you can just get bolts. Like if you're really worried about like actually like meeting a bolt quota, you don't really need the bolts.
All right.
So nobody doing single jump and throws in Act 1. Oh no. Oh, mine. I fully admit mine is literally just laziness. Alright.
Alright, I just need to remember full dot. Honestly. Because that's been my problem.
I'm genuinely starting to think I should just axe my Kerwin gold.
Yeah?
He has 109.25, just like, yeah, I'm sitting there really close to 104 subs, but like, where did I get to 25 from? But yeah, 109 because of the wall boost. Just really throws off my summer best to just start a run.
I think that...
Oh no, I needed to have Ellie back out. I'm losing a couple seconds here.
I got super lucky there.
Come on, relax.
That honestly should not have clipped me.
Let's go see what Quark wants, and we'll meet up with her later.
Alright, 120.
Yeah, no, Torp, there's a lot of miniature things we could just start going for, and it would make no sense to start going for them right now.
I've started implementing some stuff though, like I think any of the Ravager setups I do, I just select the Ravager in midair at this point. That includes Oobleck.
I don't. Well, Oobleck I do in the air, but I also have quick select on still.
We should
Yeah.
probably have Big Al check you
I
out.
think Quick Select falls off of the new wave.
Hmm.
Ratchet, come in. Still outside of the testing facility. Just a bunch of gel plants. I'll use them for subsurface imaging software to scan the
But
challenge.
Torp, when are you adding tree charge?
Tree charge. What in the world is tree charge?
Sargasso. For the last bolt. I know when you were watching, I did it off the fence, but you can do it off the tree.
I'll need to actually see it. Cause like, if it's something I can realistically go for, I'll go for it.
I mean, you literally either get it or you don't. There's no downside to not going for it. Because otherwise you just fall down. And then you do it normally. It's right before the last bolt.
Yeah, I just completely skipped. What in the world is this? I got no ammo whatsoever.
Watching our noble gladiator in the thick of battle, fighting the invisible odds for eternal glory. Please be realized.
Come on.
Bad. Very bad. How bad does the throw bullets?
Can you just throw more of these things, Ratchet?
That I think just royally fucked my bullets. Because those enemies are yeah. I've never dropped the bolt route there.
Oh, to the enemies?
Yeah, I'm like 800 bolts behind. Okay, maybe not 800, I'm like 600.
Zorthan? Will you please?
Oh, that's rough.
I have great cave offensive going on right now. I love it.
Nope, okay. I just need to start playing my runs more like I just don't give a fuck.
Yep. It's honestly what I've been doing, and it's working great for me right now.
No, I mean more so like I need more like I've already started like YOLOing setups. Like not really YOLOing, but like eyeballing the setups. But like I need to practice just like eyeballing the setup in such a way where I basically can just pseudo YOLO it. It's something I feel like I actually had a decent strength with in Ratchet 2, where it was like, I knew what I was aiming for like certain, like say, decoy side flips, well before I was gonna reach them, so I kind of just did those straight like that, use those as setup, and from there.
That's fair.
It was
But
less
you-
that, like I YOLO'd it, but it was like I knew what I was aiming for from like a mile away, so like my movement was just kind of naturally progressing into that spot.
But you can also do that in a game like Rack 2, where there's plenty of movement options to do that. And Todd, it's what you start with, and then you have to hope that that was a good starting point. Which is why, like, when you and Fear taught me how to do, like, train skip and stuff, instead of using instead of trees, I used the mountain in the background. Okay. Maintain. What's the
Alright, I
name of
need
the
to get out
game?
the early game.
Oh, that's a bad bounce. I'm definitely losing time to this bounce. Very slideshow. Okay, elevator. Thank you for being
Alright.
kind.
Sup,
I needed that.
What can we do you for? Bada bing. Lads, this be your captain speaking. Be on the lookout for one mangy lombards and a cheap hollow player.
What's balance speed? Oh my god. Even my balance speed, has an 1154.
I do not
On
think
what?
these guys will fool them this time.
Bastion. I wasn't kidding when I said sub 12 Bastion in this category was my standard.
Yeah. I didn't doubt you.
So, this is the Iris supercomputer. How do you turn this thing on?
It appears to have been damaged by space pirates. Perhaps I can repair its CPU.
Alright. Stop thinking and just turn your brain off.
Ow.
Okay. I'm fine with abuse.
Should factor shell. Perhaps there is a way to repair it.
But like,
Alright, I've taken 2 big hits already.
it is a little bit of time loss.
Not great.
No, we're still ahead.
Yeah, that's a
So
130 boss entry, which again, I got hit twice.
abuse and bad wall bounce. I'll take minus 20 seconds.
Yeah. I guess the best thing if you want to be able to pick up time with the line, I guess just study mine to a T because like I feel like I can relatively consistently sub for Qualia.
Picking up multiple enemies in your sector, Deathmate. Whatever.
Yeah.
Do not. No, hold on. No waiting.
Yeah, that's pretty workable.
You took your wife's keys to work.
No. That was close.
250, that's about standard.
That was almost tragic.
Inmate number
That would have been run over, kind of tragic.
Please report to the medvac station.
Alright, 311. That's still decent. Why is this one feeling really slow to being kind of fast?
What pace are you on?
For Cabalia, I hit the
Oh.
node at 311.
Okay, you're on Kobalia.
I'm just like commentating IL splits now at this point.
Not to alarm you or anything, Torp. I'm minus 17, kind of almost about to leave Zordon.
Alright. Good luck. I hope one of us can do it.
This run has been ahead since Nundak. I think Nundak.
Alright.
Close to
Okay, yeah.
Nundak.
So it looks like a 311 bolt grab,
Please.
or 311, yeah, node grab
Yes.
is
Inmate number 97.
4 black Cavalia pace. Okay. Which means 3OX is sub 4 pace.
Good.
And yeah, 8,000 lumen core dog is the bolt route I typically want to have.
Minus 23 leaving his Ordum. Let's pray for RNG.
GL. Glug glug.
I'm trying not to let it affect me at all. I don't want to get nervous and throw it.
Really starting to annoy me.
But that's one of those things I just had to say it. I could not just sneak a world record in.
I mean, I'm not too worried about it. You're on pace, you're on pace.
Yeah.
Whoa, Clank! Check out that black hole. I think we just
I'm more so saying, like,
It'd be
imagine.
fortunate of me to like hope that the run dies.
Certain death and probable death.
Nah. Frick that, man.
That's why I said it would be poor sportsmanship of me. I want to see my friends succeed.
Adjusting trajectory to accommodate the black
But this
hole.
is 2 days of D-Rust, and I'm already back on level.
Honestly, same.
God, it's already 11. Did not even realize.
Oh, true. I forgot I went live. I went live at like.
I have tracked the fleet's point of
Basically
origin
eight.
to a remote ice moon.
God,
Slack
this
must be
is an
setting up
early
an
train.
outpost there. Hold on. I wanna leave
My
these
arms
outposts
hurt because I'm using the armrests. Like, they've just been on the armrests of my chair for so long.
I'm like leaning forward in my chair.
Same. But the armrests are like curved in, so I can set my elbows on them. That way I'm not like just full on holding the controller up for 8+ hours.
It's almost through the mines. Activate the satellite turrets, you miserable swabs.
That was one hell of a way to back this up.
Ooh.
Alright.
I think that's one of the first times I gotten hit by that satellite.
It's been a long time since I've got bombing over there.
He's tearing up our outpost.
Did you get God ammo?
No, I got bomb ammo with the Corton. Like.
Oh, underneath? Yeah.
Yeah.
I got that the other day. And I was like, how do I even do
I
this?
just
You
started
can.
throwing bombs until the ammo respawned.
Yeah, and then I got bombs again.
Oh no.
Like, I got bombs through that whole fight. Didn't get any whip ammo until, like, the very end. So I was a very under whip XP.
Clank, hop on that
Which, I mean, kind of ideal for XP routing. Because then you don't have to pause.
Come on, Clank. Let's get out of here.
Actually, yeah. But it's just a bomb doesn't do that.
Yeah. You have to do, like, 2 bombs. Not to mention the shield guys are... Ugh. At that point, you might as well get confused with gas.
There we go. And I got all the bolts.
They've destroyed our outpost. We hadn't even finished building the pub.
Alright, nobody's got me. No safe bear's got me. Can I get an amen?
Oh.
Alright. This is actually an alright fast one so far. I think around 150 entering Clank consider.
That's pretty decent, yeah. Though I typically try to say that, like, leaving the Clank section, you want to be sub 2, I thought.
That's way too early.
I might be thinking of, like, a different time thing on.
I'm thinking maybe plus. I usually
No.
30 losing Clank as the benchmark.
That might be it.
By the way, 229.
Now approaching event horizon. Engaging chrono shield.
I think I ignore the fellows here. I probably could have just tried to go right past them. I'm actually a little over experienced, which is why I didn't want to whip them. No, I actually could have made that work. I could have just looked past them.
Captain, we've logged in coordinates for code 2 setting. We'll need 4 power for hyperjump to descend you.
Alright. Let's go. Boss time.
I don't think he's golden, but I think he's still sub 330. Do I know my paces or do I know my paces?
You probably know your paces.
Alright, 1151 Bastion. This is actually a pretty decent run.
Alright, come on.
It's not as like gas at the start compared to the other one where I actually was ahead of you but it's still decent. Yeah,
That's good.
I had to back up to volume. I had enough volume. No, it's actually about the same type of run. Slow board dog. It feels nice.
Good
to be back
RNG.
on it, and like it still feels like really nice to be getting some really good splits like this again.
Not best RNG. Good RNG.
This is like what, 3 days of D-Rush?
Yeah.
I'd say
Essentially.
we're both getting into form. We're getting back into form.
Minus 37 leaving auto scroller.
Oh, we were in vertigrade, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. GL.
The pirates are attacking Kerchu City.
Alright, Chief.
We must get to the Dimensionator before Captain Slag does.
Alright. I realize I'm going like a slight little bit quiet time so that Killer can focus.
I appreciate
Honestly,
it.
if you do need to just like, if you do just need quiet time, something like that, feel free to deafen or just let me know. Hell, if you just tell me where you're going to, in terms of like, on the level, I can probably just kind of accurately assess from there. Better yet, I can do this. I'm gonna mute while Killa finishes.
That works. That's awkward. Having to climb the Jisendu rocks. Alright.
Ratchet,
Up against the gold.
situation is getting dire. I am sending a transmission to Krog's comm unit requesting assistance.
Fine, but I'm not waiting around. We need to get that Dimensionator before Slag can cause any more trouble.
Glide of Shame, that's fine. Alright. Can someone pace, please? I'm on Oobleck. I'm on the Slag fight now.
Lads, get in here and cut this rotten creature.
We can guide you, sire.
Wait, get in here and help, you yellow swine.
I'm not gonna let the crash exist.
I can download the coordinates to the Cragmite homeworld
Load.
accessing Krog's comm unit.
Okay, tell him to meet us outside the planet's stratosphere. Come on, we need to get back to a
That's fine. Yo, thanks for the good luck.
Alright, actually you're still good. I'm just gonna be silent for now.
Okay. I did lose time to Oobleck because I had a Glide of Shame.
This reminds me of the time we did a halo jump with that Lombash and his middle buddy into the Cragmite homeworld. Jeff, when was that? For crying out loud! That's happening right now, you darn fool!
Ratchet, we need to recover the Dimensionator before Tachyon does. Let's just hope your friend wasn't dim-witted enough to wander around Reaper with it.
Look! Miss Talwyn is here! We need to protect her!
I can take care of myself, Zephyr. I'm scanning all Drophet channels. If we find Quark, we'll find the Dimensionator.
All right.
I'm like sitting here nervous for it.
I'm nervous for myself, okay?
This is how I can tell I've got the passion for speedrunning back. I'm like really feeling like how others are doing and it's like giving me inspiration.
Yeah, I've been watching a couple runs recently.
Yeah, I actually also just got like a 417 lookout as well.
Alright. Let's save this time. Do our Dolus. Do Fast Tune.
Remember to go to Ordolis.
Yep.
Don't do what I did. Many a pace have been lost for gore.
Incoming distress call from somewhere in the city. It sounds like Captain Quad.
Okay, that's not good.
Alright, I just got like 205 on deck that I was talking about.
That's fine. Losing time to not getting the proxy, but that's fine. If I had been able to glide to the bolt, that would have been a little bit better.
I got the double beetle.
Alright, let's hope our Dolus goes well.
Send a transmission to Cronk. Tell him we'll need support on Fastoon.
A little bit slow.
Our Dolus can still kill the run, so I'm not saying anything yet.
Who up legal and they deedle.
We'll be sending you home with a nice pine box.
How you doing, Rainbow? I'm trying to be a little bit more
That's fine.
just concise and shorten what I'm saying because Killa is on pace right now. And like really on pace.
I'd rather do indoor clip than fail outdoors. Come on.
Alright.
That's fine. Did lose time there though.
What's the pace looking like?
I was a minute before Ardolus.
Oh, you're like deep into 107.
Supposedly.
Well, I mean, also Fastoon is Fastoon. That can still help.
Yeah. Luckily I still have one Visicopter left. Otherwise I would have had to back that up too. Okay. Just need to focus. That's fine. We're good.
God, I'm getting nervous. Like, my heart is like fluttering and I'm not even full on pace right now.
Alright, Torb. I'm heading to Fastoon, so
Alright, I will shut up completely. Good
yeah.
luck.
I don't know if I got it. Okay, I did. Good angle. Let's go.
Nice. Nice, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's definitely it.
Alright, Rocky. When we touch down, we gotta take out those magma cannons so this town is gonna end.
Let's fucking go.
Is that 107?
Oh yeah. It depends. It all depends on Tachyon, but the hard part's done.
Basically, it depends if it's mid or like high.
It's tapping it in.
Yo, GG on getting the first one, 107. Alright.
No stagger. That's fine.
Sounds like it's a high 107 then.
The stagger was literally after he jumped. I was like a millisecond away from getting the stagger before the jump.
GG though. Needless to say, I look forward to our rivalry with this game.
Let's fucking go.
I would applaud you, but I am mid-rock right now. That being said, you know it would be funny.
Good luck getting a 107.39 though.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah.
What is it with 39? I feel like we've had a lot of 39.
Yeah.